What's up? This is Brent Pierce with Cineblur.com, and I'm really excited to announce my new product that I'm selling, Vintage Effects Color Presets for After Effects. Now you can use these with any kind of variation. There's a lot of different presets in there that will correspond to different footage, different motion graphics, visual effects, etc. And you can play with it. And there's a lot of cool little tools in there that you can adjust to make them your own. And if you're wondering, yes, I am editing in my overly dramatic spaceship. That's where I am. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are in After Effects, and I've already got a comp open, and I've already got some footage in here. Now this is video of my little sister swinging on a swing set in the snow, and so we're going to add an adjustment layer here, and we're going to add the effects to that, and it's going to affect everything below it. So let's go over here, Animation Presets, Brent Pierce's Vintage Effects, and you'll see if I twirl these down, you'll see all the effects there. Some of them are aptly named, and you can kind of get the hang of them. But the best way is just to play with them all, figure out which one you like best. So, yeah, I'm not going to go over every one of these, but let's just kind of play around here. Let's start with Standard. Standard one, there's 3 variations of this one, so let's throw that on there. Now, like I said, there's 3 variations of this. If you drop on Standard 2, you'll see that it's a little bit different, a little more faded. And Standard 3 is, again, a little bit different, it's a little bit warmer. It's still faded, but it's a little bit warmer. And let's look at these other ones, see what we got. 1010, that one's kind of a warmish, contrasty color. Keeps your skin tones really well. A lot of these, that's what I was going for. Most of these, keep your skin tones perfect, because that's the big thing. You're filming someone, you want perfect skin tones, so you don't want to screw it up with a color effect. So I made sure to keep the skin tones in there very accurate to what they are. So let's go through some of these again. Lomo, this is probably my favorite, these 3 variations here. Just kind of gives a good Lomo effect. Let's see, Lomo 2, same thing. Lomo 3. There you go, a little bit more orange in that one. You got Juniper. What is this one? This one's more blown out, so it doesn't really work well for this one since it's a snow footage, but if we go to another piece of footage, like that one, it kind of works well. And that one kind of works well also. Let me delete those. Let's keep going through here. Leaky 1, 2, and 3. Now these are light leaks. Now they're fake light leaks because they're in After Effects. They're not, footage of light leaks, but they're built inside After Effects, so they're completely customizable. Now these ones are fed off of expressions here, so they might go a little slow, depending on your computer and everything. But they basically kind of give, if we turn them off and on, there's off. It kind of gives the effect that there's light leaks on top of that footage. So, and again, there's 3 variations of this one as well. You got that one, which is more faded, and you got this one, which is a little bit warmer, a little bit more subtle on this one. I like that one. Let's see, we got some more. Fall 1, a little bit more blue. That's kind of a Lomo effect. Fall 2 here, let's see what this one is. Again, that's kind of a Lomo effect, more contrasty. And you got Dirty Old Projector. This is one of my favorite ones. Now, there's a ton of effects in here. If you look over here, there's a lot of effects, so it's gonna be pretty processor intensive, but it basically makes your footage look like look like it's playing through an old projector. And it speeds up your footage and it drops the frame rate a little bit. So if you don't want your footage to speed up, just simply uncheck that right there. So now your footage is back to normal speed, but it looks really cool. I like it. It has a flicker effect, has some smudges on the lenses down there. Has a hard vignette there, so I don't know, I really like that one. Just play with that one a bit. Okay, and let's enable this outside footage right here, and let's throw Jessie on there. See what Jessie's kind of a pinkish one, really kind of cool. Gives it kind of a more of a light-hearted, girly kind of feel. I want to say, I don't know. This one's outside, so it works really well with that outside footage. All right, let's see what else we got here. Partridge is a little bit darker, a little bit more desaturated, so just play with that, figure out what you want. And yeah, like I said, there's a bunch more in here. And if you look in this folder called Extras in here, you'll see a few things in here. Now these aren't color presets by themselves, but they're things that you can stack on top of each other to make them, to make your own kind of custom effect. So this top one here is called Adjustable Lomification. Throw that on there, and you'll see that there is a slider over here in the effects window. You adjust the slider to lomify your footage, and you kind of dial that into the look that you want. So let's pull this up here until we figure out what we want in this clip. Now that's pretty good. You could go all the way up there, but I think that's a little too much. So let's kind of keep it in there. You can see what it is without it and then with it. So that's kind of cool. It's just a little dial to adjust your lomification of your footage there. We got black and white. That's just a black and white. I think you know what that does. Basic fade. This is kind of the basis of a vintage retro look. You know, like it kind of cuts your blacks off there. And here, let's. There's normal right there. Your blacks are really dark and you got a lot of detail. And then when you turn it on, it fades them, so you don't have much detail, and it just kind of gives it a vintage effect. So there's on, there's off, on, off, on, off, on, off. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. Well, let's delete that. What else we got? We got dirty. This just kind of gives it a look of, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna have to zoom in a bit. But it gives it like little dirt particles, and as you play it, they jump around the screen. Like a normal old school vintage film that's been sitting around in the can for, you know, decades. You put it in, there's gonna be dirt sitting on each frame, and they're gonna get affected. So let's go back to our snowy footage. How about that? All right, we got Flickr. That's kind of the projection Flickr. I'm not gonna put that on there, but just kind of gives it a flicker like it's playing through a projector. Again, grain, that one's self-explanatory as well. Light leaks. These are just the light leaks. You got 4 variations of these. You can throw them on, play with them what you want, and yeah. Then you got another folder in here called Vignette. There's different settings. You got Vignette Light, which is a very light one. You got Medium, which is a bit darker. You got Heavy, which is a bit darker. And then you got Burn, which is even darker, and it reacts a little bit differently. So let's go to a darker piece of footage here. Let's throw Burn on there, and you'll see that it gives it a really dark on the edge, kind of harsh. It's really harsh over there on the edge, which is kind of cool. And then there's also an adjustable vignette. You throw it on there, and this is just like the other adjustable Lomification. You have a slider here. You slide it up to give yourself more vignette, and then you just kind of have to dial it in. That's obviously too much, so bring it down, and you know, just kind of dial it in here. About right there. Whatever you want for your footage, dial it in. All right, so there you go. That's a quick overview of my Vintage Effects presets pack for After Effects. There are 33 presets in here. You can use them for whatever you want. And yeah, I hope you guys like them. Now, you're probably wondering how much they are. I'm selling them for $8. Now, they're worth more than $8. I put many hours and a lot of hard work into these, but I understand not a lot of y'all have, you know, 50 or 60 bucks just to throw down for these type of presets and stuff, which is why I'm offering them for such a low price, because I want everyone to have them. The brand new filmmaker to the filmmaker that's been in the business for, you know, 30, 40 years. So yeah, $8, you can spare $8. Just don't buy coffee for, you know, a day or something. If you're spending $8 on a cup of coffee, you just need to stop drinking coffee altogether. But save $8 and put it towards this. Buy it, you know, it'll save you some time with these presets, and yeah, I hope you like them. Again, my name is Brent Pierce with Cineblur.com. Thanks for watching.